Thursday's embarrassing result in the Europa Conference League to NS Mura, our attention now turns to the Premier League as we take on Burnley away from home. Guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today this is the matchday preview for Burnley away tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock kickoff at Turf Moor. Obviously, it is a few days after that embarrassing Europa Conference League defeat to NS Mura, and tomorrow we take on Burnley at Turf Moor before a big game on Thursday at home to Brentford. So we need to win this game because Brentford will give us a good game. Well, I think Burnley will give us a good game as well. But yeah, smash the like, subscribe. Let's get into this video. Alright then, so let's have a look at the form coming into tomorrow's game at Turf Moor. So for Tottenham, we have a loss, win, draw, win, loss, win. So we have 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses. And obviously the 3 wins, one of those 3 wins was against Burnley at Burnley when we won 1-0 against them in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, our last Premier League game away from home, we drew 0-0 away against Everton. That was not the best performance, but obviously our last full match was in the Europa Conference League where we lost 2-1 away to Slovenian side NS Mura. So our form, it's alright, it's not too great, but Burnley, this is their form coming into tomorrow's game. So Burnley, they have a draw, win, loss, draw, loss. So Burnley, they're doing quite well at the moment. They're unbeaten in the last 3 games. Obviously, they're unbeaten in their last 2 games at home, which were against Brentford and Crystal Palace. Burnley, the last time Burnley lost at home, they lost on the 8th. The last time Burnley lost at home in the Premier League, it was a 1-0 defeat at home to Arsenal. So obviously, Burnley at home in the Premier League, they've been doing quite well. Obviously, Burnley, their last game was at Turf Moor in a 3-3 draw against Crystal Palace, and that's a very good result for Burnley because Palace is doing quite well at the moment. I know Palace did lose earlier today to Aston Villa, but I think drawing to Palace is quite a good result for Burnley. Alright then, so what's my score prediction coming into tomorrow's game at Turf Moor between Burnley and Tottenham? Obviously, as I said, Burnley, their home form in the Premier League has actually been quite decent. Obviously, we have already won there this season in the Carabao Cup. But, you know, that was in the Cup. This is a more bigger game. This is the Premier League. Obviously, we really need to win this game. And I know we played like the likes of Galini, Doherty, Sessegnon. We didn't really play first. We played a few first team players, but some of them did come on. But most of them didn't, you know, actually start in the game. But obviously, we have won at Burnley already this season. We beat them in the Carabao Cup 4th round of, obviously we beat them to progress to the quarterfinals of the competition. So yeah, I can't lie, I did watch that game and I think we were not too great. We weren't really that great. I think Burnley were very good when we played them in the Carabao Cup a few weeks ago. I think Burnley, they played some very good football, to be honest. They created some very good chances, even when we were 1-0 up, thanks to a goal by Lucas Moura in the 68th minute. They could have pulled it back to 1-0, to be honest. And for me, I think I won't be really that surprised if we lose tomorrow, because I could generally see us losing. I know that just sounds ridiculous, but Burnley, their home form this season has been quite good. And their last 3 matches have been very good, beating some strong teams. And again, obviously drawing to Chelsea and Crystal Palace is very good, and beating Brentford as well is very good. Obviously, our last away game, as I said, we drew 0-0 at Goodison Park. It's not really too great though, is it? But looking at the players, Burnley, we're looking at Burnley's probable lineup. It looks quite strong, to be fair, but Burnley are missing some players. They are missing Barnes. They are missing some players, Burnley, so they could struggle tomorrow. But for me, I'm going to be confident. I know we lost to Mura, but we played like Galini and that. I'm going to be confident. They're missing a few players. I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham. I think it's going to be maybe like the Leeds game. I think we might go maybe... I think it'll maybe be 1-0 to Burnley or 1-0 at half time. And then I think we'll win 2-1. See, I'm going 2-1 to Tottenham. Alright then, so let's have a look at the players to look out for them. Let's have a look at our 2-1 defeat away to NS Mura in the Europa Conference League. Obviously, a few players that did start will probably play tomorrow, and I think one of those players who will play tomorrow is obviously Harry Kane. He got a rating of 7.5, which was the highest in the Tottenham team that lost to Mura in the Conference League. Obviously, I didn't watch the game. I watched like the last 6 minutes of the Mura game. That was the last 2 minutes of normal time and the full 4 minutes of added time. And Kane had a few chances during that period, but didn't really do much. And I think another player who did well was Oliver Skip. I think I can see him playing tomorrow. So let's have a look at Burnley then. Let's have a look at their 3-3 draw against Crystal Palace. And one man who I am going to start with, I was going to say James Tarkowski, but I think he is suspended because he's got 5 bookings. So I was going to say James Tarkowski, but I am going to say Ben Mee. He did very well against Palace. He scored the equaliser in the 90th minute, and he had a very all-round performance against Crystal Palace. And he'll be very confident because, Palace, they beat us, and that's quite good for them. And it looks like another player who did very well was obviously Maxwell Cornet. Obviously, like last season, Burnley fans didn't even know who he is, and he is just absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, he played against us in the cup. He didn't really do much, but this is a bigger game, and Cornet can perform in the Premier League. So yeah, I think we need to keep an eye on him, to be honest. And also in midfield, I think keep an eye on Dwight McNeil as well. He can drive the ball. He is a very good player for me. I don't think he should be playing for Burnley, if I have to be honest. But yeah, that is the players to look out for. Alright then, so what is my predictive lineup to take on Burnley tomorrow at Turf Moor? So in goal, I am going with Hugo Lloris, same as usual. Obviously, he didn't play against Mura. Obviously, it was Pierluigi Galini who started in goal. It wasn't too great from him in the game against Mura. So obviously, Lloris will come back into this game. And obviously, he did play against Leeds. And when we were 2-1 up, I think Leeds could have pulled it back to 2-2. But thanks to Lloris, he pulled off some good saves. So yeah, I think Lloris the starting goal. For me tomorrow, back 3 of Davinson Sanchez, Eric Dyer and Ben Davies. Obviously, Shafat Tanganga has played in the last 2 matches against Leeds and Mura. And if I have to be honest, I don't think he's been that good in my opinion. Against Leeds, every time he got the ball, he was just really slow. Evans was like, give it to me, I'm literally here. He just didn't know what he was doing. And against Mura, I know I didn't watch the game, but I was hearing from Tottenham fans stuff it wasn't too great. I'm looking at form up, his rating wasn't too great either. And when Sanchez did come on against Leeds, I think he did really well, I have to be honest. So I would give Sanchez a start, see how he gets on. But yeah, I would start Davinson Sanchez. Obviously, Eric Dyer, we know he's going to play, isn't he? Because they don't pick Joe Rodon. I don't know why. I want Joe Rodon to play. Give him a go, but it's going to be Eric Dyer, isn't it? And then left centre-back Ben Davies, obviously. I don't know what he was doing against Mura. Obviously, I saw Mura was winning goal. I don't know what he was doing. Do not do that again. He had the ball. I don't know why he just didn't clear it up forward. I think I remember a few seasons ago, obviously we played Ajax in the Champions League semi-final. Obviously, I think Sissoko had the ball. He just ran a bit and launched up. Maybe tried to do that, but clearly didn't really work out. But yeah, hopefully Davis doesn't do that tomorrow. Against Leeds, I didn't really see him do much, to be honest. But yeah, start him anyway. But yeah, right mid or right wing back, whatever you want to call it. I'm going with Emerson Royale. Obviously, he was rested against Mura, and against Leeds, he wasn't too great either. I think Tanganga and Emerson, it was like Tanganga and then Emerson. They didn't really do much, and there wasn't really much communication. And I think Sanchez and Emerson, both South American players, they should know what to do. But yeah, Emerson, I think the improvement needs to be much better, in my opinion. And then two in the middle, Højbjerg and Skip. Obviously, Skip is back after his suspension. Obviously, he picked up 5 bookings, so obviously he will be back for the game tomorrow against Burnley. Højbjerg, he did well against Leeds. He put in some good challenges. There were a few mistakes there and then. Skip, I didn't see what he did against Mura, but he got a high rating, so I'm guessing he did good against Mura. And then left wing back / left winger, not left winger, / left midfield, whatever you want to call it, Sergio Reguilon. Against Leeds, he scored his first goal for the club. Obviously, well done to him. And I know it was pretty much a tapping, but still, well done to him. And hopefully he gets a goal tomorrow at 12 more. And then the front three on the right, Lucas Moura, Kane up front, and then Sonny on the left. Obviously, Sonny as well. When I watched that few minutes against Mura, he created a few chances. Harry Kane obviously scoring that good goal, to be fair. And it was actually quite a good finish. So yeah, and then I think Burnley are wow. I think Kane should be scoring against Burnley, to be honest. And obviously Lucas Moura, he didn't play against Mura, did alright against Leeds. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on tomorrow. So yeah, my predictive lineup, just to remind you lot, it is Lloris, Sanchez, Dyer, Davis, Emerson, Højbjerg, Skip, Reguilon, Moura, Kane and Son. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to the matchday vlog and match reaction. So I'll see you in the next one.